Hello all, and welcome back to After Midnight Archives. On this channel, we explore real cases, disappearances, mysteries, and stories that still don't have answers. Tonight's case is about a phone call that suddenly went silent and a young man who was never seen again. On the night of May 13th, 2008, 19-year-old Brandon Swanson was driving home after celebrating the end of his college semester. It was late, the roads were empty, and somewhere along the way, Brandon's car slid into a ditch on a rural Minnesota road. He wasn't injured, so he did what most people would. He called his parents to come pick him up. But during that phone call, something happened. Brandon suddenly shouted a single word, and then the line went dead. He has never been seen again. Brandon Swanson was a freshman at Minnesota West Community and Technical College. He was known as responsible, friendly, and close with his family. Friends describe him as someone who always checked in and never worried about people unnecessarily, which makes what happened that night even more confusing. Because Brandon just didn't disappear, he vanished while talking to someone. Around midnight, Brandon left a small gathering in the town of Canby, Minnesota. While driving home, his car went off the road and into a ditch. The car wasn't badly damaged, but it was stuck. So Brandon called his parents, Brian and Annetta Swanson, to come and get him. He believed he was near the small town of Lind. His parents immediately got into the car and started driving towards him. They stayed on the phone with Brandon the whole time. For nearly 45 minutes, Brandon walked along gravel roads while talking to his father. He told his dad he could see the lights of a nearby town. His father told him to stay where he was, but Brandon kept walking. At one point, Brandon said he needed to climb over a fence. Then suddenly, he yelled one word, "Oh shh." The phone call went silent. His father kept shouting his name, but Brandon never responded. Brandon's parents immediately called the police. The next morning, search teams began combing the area. Dogs, helicopters, and volunteers, but the search started with a major problem. Brandon had been wrong about his location. His car wasn't near Lind. It was 25 miles away, near another town called Taunton. That meant search teams had been looking in the wrong place. Eventually, Brandon's car was located in a ditch along a rural road. The vehicle was unlocked. Inside, there were no signs of a struggle, but there were also no signs of Brandon. Investigators believe he had been walking through a dark farmland and fields for nearly an hour. Some believe he may have fallen into a river or a drainage ditch. Others think he could have been injured somewhere that simply hasn't been discovered. Despite massive searches over the years, no trace of Brandon has ever been found. There are a few possibilities investigators still consider. Some believe Brandon fell into the Yellow Medicine River while walking in the dark. Another theory is that he became disorientated and succumbed to the elements. But the truth is, no one knows, because the moment Brandon yelled into the phone was the last moment anyone heard from him. More than 15 years later, Brandon Swanson is still missing. His parents continue to search for answers, and that final call still haunts the people who heard it. Because somewhere out there is the place where Brandon's story ended. We just haven't found it yet. Imagine being on the phone with someone you love, hearing them suddenly cry out, and then never hearing their voice again. That was the last moment Brandon Swanson's parents had with their son. And until the truth is found, that moment will never fully end. That's it for me, guys. Thank you for watching. Please consider subscribing, liking and sharing this video, and please follow my socials. And if you have any theories of your own, please comment down below. And remember, not every story has answers, but every story deserves to be told.